everybody, this is JudyAdele, and I am here to do a music reaction video. This is another one in the birthday collection of goodies. So many things I want to share with you guys. I'm so bummed to be cutting back videos due to going to school, just because, yeah, I had a month. I mean, like a whole month. I could totally, every day, just share a video with you that are like my favorites. So anyway, before we dive into that, why am I wearing this funky silver cape? Well, I'm glad you asked, because it makes things less awkward for all of us. We're all on the same page. And well, I will tell you, but I will tell you after the video. It is now, I'm filming this after my birthday. It was a delightful time, far beyond my expectations. And yeah, I'll share more. But for now, let's hop into the video. Oh, I need to tell you about the video. So this is a song that we've already done a different version of. It is Tim Minchin's If I Didn't Have You, but this is the extended version with a comedy routine on either side, which is hilarious and delightful, and maybe one of my favorite versions. I haven't seen it for a long time, but I remember it's funny. So if you need a good laugh, hang in with me and check it out. And I will remove my cape, or my DJ will get very mad at me for the noisy bits. And yes, there is something under my cape. There is that is a whole different channel, or a very high Patreon or PayPal donation. All right, let's get to Tim. Because what is a birthday without a little Tim Minchin? Poof, Insta cape removal. Let's check it out.
Right, good. So I'm married. Ages ago, I got quite a long time. I've been married for a while. I got married to my wife. Seemed appropriate. She was my childhood. You know, they call it childhood sweetheart. I met her when I was 17. And actually, here's something that's probably quite uncommon these days, and probably something you don't want to know. But I actually lost my virginity to the woman I ended up marrying.
Okay, I just want to say I was having a conversation with somebody who was commenting, who commented on they thought that was true. Boom, there you go.
The woman I ended up marrying. It's not quite as sad as it sounds. But it's pretty fucking close. But I love her very much, you know, and I've written a lot of songs about her. Come, I thought you left because of the God bashing. So, it's so hard to tell these days. You know, Pentecostal, small bladder. Oh, I don't know. I've written a lot of songs for Sarah, for that is her name, over the years, and I always try to include one in my show just as a sort of thank you, really, because I just can't imagine my life without her, basically, and so this is for you, Sarah. It's called If I Didn't Have You. Yeah, if I didn't have you. Yeah. If I didn't have you to hold me tight. If I didn't have you to lie with at night. If I didn't have you to share my sighs, and to kiss me and dry my tears when I cry, you would lie. Really think that I would have somebody else. If I didn't have you, someone else would do.
Ah, the sweet sentiments of Tim Minchin.
If I didn't have you, someone else would do. Your love is one in a million. You couldn't buy it at any price. But of the 9,999,000 of the possible statistically, some of them would be equally nice. Or maybe not as nice, but say smarter than you, or dumber but better at sport, or fucking tracing. I'm just saying I probably have somebody else. If I didn't have you, someone else would do. I were a rich man. Diddle 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 dee. I guess I would be with a surgeon or a model or a rally of the Royals or a Kennedy or an infomaniacal exhibitionist heiress to a large chain of hotels. If I were a rich man, maybe I would fiddle, fiddle, diddle, diddle with the rich man girls. I'm not saying that I'd not love you if I was wealthy or handsome, but realistically, there's lots of fish in the sea, and if I had a different rod, I would conceivably land some. Even though I'm fiscally consistently pitiable and considerably less Brad Pitt than Brad Pitiful, am I really so poor and ugly that you think only you could possibly love me? And I probably somebody else. If I didn't have you, someone else would do. I'm not undervaluing what we've got when I say that given the role chaos inevitably plays in the inherently flawed notion of fate, it's abstruse to deduce I found my soulmate at the age of 17. It's just mathematically unlikely that at a university in Perth I happen to stumble on the one girl on earth specifically designed for me. And if I may conjecture a further objection, love has nothing to do with destined perfection. The connection is strengthened, the affection simply grows over time, like a flower or a mushroom or a guinea pig or a vine or a sponge or bigotry or a banana. And love is made more powerful by the ongoing drama of shared experience and the synergy of a kind of symbiotic empathy or something. So I trust it goes without saying that I would feel really very sad if tomorrow you were to fall off something high or catch something bad. But I'm just saying, I don't think you're special. I mean, I think you're special, but you fall within a bell curve. I mean, I'm just saying, probably I'm somebody else. I think you are unique and beautiful. You make me happy despite being around. But objectively, you would have to agree that, baby, when I found you, options were relatively thin on the ground. You're lovely, but there must be girls.
Just tugs at your heartstrings, doesn't it? I would love to know what his wife thought the first time she heard this. I've heard that it isn't her favorite, but it is so delightfully well written and delivered in a way that only Tim can do.
You would have to agree that, baby, when I found you, options were relatively thin on the ground. You're lovely, but there must be girls as lovely as you and maybe more open to spanking or fucking table tennis. I'm just saying, probably. I mean, I reckon it's pretty likely that if, for example, my first girlfriend Jackie hadn't dumped me after I kissed Winston's ex-girlfriend Nia at Steph's party back in 1993, enough variables would probably have been altered by the absence of that event to have meant the advent of a tangential narrative in which we don't meet, which is to say there exists a theoretical, hypothetical, parallel life where what is not as it is, and I'm not your husband and you are not my wife, and I am a stuntman living in LA, married to a small blonde Portuguese skier who, when she's not training, does abstract painting, practices yoga and brews her own beer, and really likes making home movies and suffers neck down alopecia. But with all my heart and all my mind, I know one thing is true. I have just one life and just one love, and my love, that love is you. And if it wasn't for you, darling, you possibly somebody else. Someone else would surely do the motherfucker, yeah.
So many things you could say about that song. I don't know how to encapsulate them, but just the complexities of, I don't remember what I talked about the last time I watched this, just the complexities of both how sweet and how and I love in this version how he sort of addressed the, oh my God, you know, what I just said, kind of the panic, I've got to say something else. And yeah, well acted is what I'm trying to say. Onward to the lesser known fun portion of the show.
So I wrote that song because I thought after all the nastiness, I should write something that wouldn't offend anyone, you know. But there's always one, you know. I came out of my show a couple of months ago and first started performing that song, and there was a girl, a young woman, waiting to talk to me, 19 or 20, I reckon. And at some point I said, "So, did you enjoy the show?" And she said, "Yeah, it was really good, mostly." And I went, "Okay, what didn't you like?" And she said, "It's just, I liked it all. It's just that If I Didn't Have You, the sexist one. You know, I just don't like that sort of sexist comedy. I just don't find it funny." I was just sitting there the whole time thinking, what it would be like, you know, being your wife, being the subject of such a sexist song. And I said, "Oh, you studying feminism at uni?"
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't say that. I should have said that. But I realised immediately that she'd made a mistake, because she obviously thought that was a song about love or relationships or something. It's quite clearly a song about maths. And also, I thought, well, what a hypocrite.
Oh, that's funny.
And also, I thought, well, what a hypocrite, you know, because actually, if you think about it, she was being sexist in making the rather condescending assumption that my wife as a woman couldn't handle that, you know, sort of humour, that my wife is some kind of wilting flower of a woman who cowers in the corner of my kitchen as I periodically beat her with bags of comedy oranges. But that's not the case. I mean, it's Sarah and I share a sense of humour. Obviously, we've been together almost half our lives. She made me like this. However, if anyone still thinks I'm sexist, I'll give you an example of Sarah's sense of humour, just to clear it up. A little bit of backstory for this one. A couple of years ago, Sarah and I went and did a baby, and it was good. You should definitely do one if you want, but I want to tell you something, because I didn't know this, right? When you first get your first baby, when they're little things, first couple of months, you spend your whole life scared shitless, because tiny babies, they sleep all the time, and when they sleep like this. They go... Fuck you, baby! And that's how little babies are. So anyway, when my baby was about that age, sort of 2 months old, my wife and I, it was evening, it was, you know, nighttime, and we'd put her to bed in her little cot, in her little room, in our little house, in our little lives, and we were sitting there on our medium-sized sofa watching quite a big telly, and just trying to watch a movie, you know. It's evening, and just trying to relax and chill out together. And about a quarter of the way through the movie, I said to Sarah, "I'm just going to pop in and check on the baby." And Sarah said, "Tim, don't go and check on the baby. Just sit down and relax for once. I mean, if she's asleep, you'll just wake her up. And if she's dead, there's not much we can do about it. We might as well watch the end of the movie. Get an hour and a half more happiness before our life collapses. So don't worry about my sick fucking wife." Although, have you noticed, everyone has a line, don't they, with dark dark humor. Everyone has their line, you know. I've never met anyone who doesn't say, yeah, I've got a really black sense of humor, you know, I really like dark comedy, but everyone has a line, you know, that's very funny, that's very funny. Oh, I'm outraged, I'm going to write a shit letter to a bad newspaper, you know, like, I find that line difficult to navigate. You know, I always have, even in my private life, and still. Just a few months ago, I was in my kitchen, and my baby, who at that stage was not quite 2, was just wandering around the kitchen. I was making a sandwich. I noticed she'd found something, stuck it in her mouth. You know, they'd put it in their mouth. I said, darling, come here. What have you got in your mouth there? Spit it out. Good girl. Darling, you don't put coins in your mouth. Coins are dirty, aren't they? Coins are yucky. Yeah, you don't put coins in your mouth. Your mouth is for food. And a little later on, cock. See? Fucking knew that was funny, right? That's funny, isn't it? Exactly, but my wife was in the kitchen. And my wife was like, Tim, for Christ's sake, you can't say that. She might like pussy.
Oh my God, that is so hilarious. Oh, yes. And it's been a long time. Too long. A little fun adult humor, too. Um, Great point. I have to give his wife a lot of credit. Good thinking, Sarah. I don't know what else I can say about that Tim hasn't already said so interestingly and humorously. So, first of all, I want to thank you for humoring me in all of my birthday sharing joy. I have, if this goes in the order that I think it's going to go in, I have one left to show you that then I will let it go and we'll get back to regular business. So just a quick share. I had my birthday the other day and it was very fun. I had, because of school being so intense and stressful and all of that stuff, I kind of given up on having what I wanted, which was to like rent a space and invite everybody in the world and have a big old dance party. Well, that didn't happen and that wasn't looking like it was going to happen. And so I settled on a lovely Indian restaurant and a few of us were going to take over the party room and we were going to just have a lovely dinner and then maybe go out and find a club that has good music, which honestly is hard to do, I feel like. Like, I know they're out there. Where I live, there aren't a lot. And I say good music, and I know that that's very obviously subjective. But I feel like it's just, just to find a club that just plays songs, right? Like a wedding dance, when you go and they play songs, like the whole song, and they don't just like get to your favorite part and then cut it off and, fade out and fade into something else. Like there is a whole form to doing that, and I appreciate that. It's just not what I most of the time want. I just want some good music and I want to be able to have a good time with my friends, and it's just to have, just I don't know, go out, dance and share some good music and not have it be so painfully loud that you can't talk to each other, but a good space and a good, get down kind of time. Anyway, so that wasn't going to happen. I prepared for this whole restaurant thing and that was all going well, and I was like, whatever happens, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna have good food. My friend is making this amazing flourless chocolate cake, which she did, but she outdid herself. So good. Anyway, so I knew all was gonna be well. I was gonna have some of my friends around. It was gonna be great. Well, boom, bait and switch. And long story short, my wonderful friends came through and found a small space which we could have a little dance party in along with pizza. So we did that and we had a fabulous time. They managed to, in a 2-day period, find all of the people and reroute them to the new place. DJ Joel did a very good job redirecting me through the day. So we ended up going, I didn't divert us and make us go to the original spot. We did end up where we were supposed to be, and all was well, and I was totally surprised. And as you can see behind me, where is it? There we are. My fancy new disco ball that my friend got. So we had some good lighting, and my friends decked it out with, I love sparkly, shiny, and iridescent things. So hence my cape or tablecloth of awesomeness. I'm just really bummed because the colors don't come through. They kind of do there, but I was like so hoping I was going to be able to throw this on and you were just going to see all the pretty colors that are emitted from it. So I think I should turn it into a cape or a dress or wallpaper. What do you think? Good backdrop? All right, I'll stop that now for the lack of noise. Anyway, it was an amazing time, and I had a great time with a good group of my friends, and I was honored and so appreciative of how much work they put into getting everything right. Just the colors right, and the candles and the cake color. It was just everything. It was so cool. I haven't had a lot of birthday parties, especially as an adult, but I don't think in my memory I have had anybody go to such lengths to make sure that they got all of the right colors and the tablecloths and the decorations and just everything so perfect. So it was just a beautiful space and we had great dance music. And sadly, I didn't have my own personal playlist because, I had dumped this idea and thinking this isn't going to work anyway. So I guess my lesson is always have a good dance list with you. Anyway, all right. Well, so many fun things. Thank you all for hanging out with me and listening to me blather on about my very fun birthday that turned out so much better than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be great, but my friends made it amazing. So I definitely something I will never forget. And I say more dance parties all the time. All the time. All right. See you all later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please do like the video. Check out the other videos that we've got on the channel. And well, we'll see you soon. I hope you're having a good day and enjoy the music and the comedy. We all need a little music and laughter, don't we? Bye, guys.